It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
Hello, model citizens. Welcome to Humanity Junction. Tonight's stream is going to continue until all of my confusions and misunderstandings and misguided directions have been resolved. So buckle in, because this one could take a while. Actually, we're going to talk a little bit more about car cards, where I'm at, what's next, how far I've gotten, how far I've not gotten, and maybe a couple of other things along that sort of realm. I hope everyone is doing fantastic today. Looks like I'm already seeing one name that I do not recognize. Jub, are you new around here? If you are, say hello so that we can all say hello back. Rob, not just weekend plans. Keep going. This could be several weeks, maybe even some months, the way things have been going recently. But, you know, all we can do is try, have fun, take things one step at a time, and eventually we'll get somewhere. Might not be where we want to go, but we'll get somewhere. Let's say hello to a few people. We got Awesome America, Model Railroading, Artie checking in from the world down under. We got Cameron from Caboose 121, Roy Hardwick from Containerman 68. We got Dave BNS of N-Scale, Don Head from The Quest Western is joining us. We've got Junction Senior, also known as James from Dundas Junction Model Railroad. We've got Dave BNSF N Scale, Glenn G's in the house. We got Chris from Go Via or Go Home. We've got Jim Tedesco, John A. Dawson, John Knopfel, John Train, BFGR, and Jub. Did Jub post? Is Jub new? Not new, just missed the live streams. Well, welcome to a live stream. Glad you could be here. We got Mr. Dwight from Curly Express, Lynn McCurdy in the High Desert Modular Model Railroad Club, Mark from M&M Rails, who also states he has no idea what he's doing, so join the club. We've got Nathan Five Chime, No Spike, Mike, Ray Bertelson, Ray Ron, VR the Ice Dragon, Robert Darby, Roger Coleman, Roy Altham, Sparky 107, say it twice, it's so nice. We got Stormy Sky Rail Productions, Thomas Grassi's here, Tim D, we got not last today, we got Stephen from Wig Workshop, we've got William Kennedy in the house, and Rob from Why Are You Naked for holding up the rear of today's list. I see some other people popping in. Thanks everyone for joining, but we're just gonna jump in to the list of confusions with a little bit of events list. I've been doing this. I think people like it. It's a little different than what Tom from Tom's Trains and Things does, so I hope he doesn't feel like I am stealing his thunder, but it's my version. What can I say? These are mostly events, in a lot of cases, that I will be attending or that I am in some way a part of, or just other events. The High Plains Drifter, I must have missed you because you didn't comment early enough. You just weren't... Nobody's late. I miss people all the time. It happens. I miss Dave from DB Tech. I miss John from Schuylkill River Valley. Let's see. I miss Joe Rader in the Black Rock Central. I miss Randy's Rock and Roll Railroad. I miss all kinds of people. You're in a good crowd. The people that I missed are a good group of people. So don't feel like you're missed out. Feel like you're just in a class of your own. Anyway, April 17th, we're having another Manhattan Modelers meet. If you don't know what the Manhattan Modelers are, there's a link down, I don't know which way. I get so confused. This way. I don't know why it's over there, but there's a link down there near the bottom. You can check it out. Essentially, it's a group that we started of modelers that are within the Manhattan, New York City-ish area. We just talk about, some of the problems that we have living in this area and modeling. But we're just trying to meet people. So we're doing a Zoom meeting again on 4/17. You have to sign up to the newsletter to get the Zoom information. It's just kind of the way we are doing it. Chris, I am not coming to Canada anytime soon. I will be in Chicago on the 12th, which is closer to Canada than where I'm at now. I haven't figured out, I need to find an event to come to Canada, so let's work that out. Let's find a Canadian event that I can come up to. Yes, High Plains Drifter. After you, they broke the mold. That is absolutely true. Artie's is doing a 24-hour live stream this coming weekend starting 8 p.m. on Saturday. So 8 p.m. Eastern time on Saturday, which is the 4th, 7th, 8th? I don't know when it is. Ontario, September 16th. I'm doing a big event in October. I don't know that I could do another event so close. When is Super Train? Send me some messages. 4:28 to 4:30 is Island Ops, and I'm really looking forward to Island Ops. If people can't tell, I'm getting into this operations thing, and while I'm still completely clueless, I'm having a good time. And one of the things that's really been helping me with operations is going to operate on other people's layouts. So the Long Island crew, I'm not really sure who's all doing it, but they put together an event called Island Ops, and I will get to 1, 2, 3, 4 different layouts within the weekend, and I'm really looking forward to that. That same weekend, Robert from Flying Crow, who is still upset about the KCS-CP merger, and Wilmer from Indian Head Model Railroad, Indian Head Valley? I'm not really sure. He's going to be at the Timonium train show. Then May 1st, we're doing something exciting. It's going to be the first in-person Manhattan Modelers meet. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to film at least part of it and put it up online. So that will be that'll be part of it. Oh, Joe, where are you going? That it's a 24-hour drive in one way. Indian Head Valley. Is it Indian Head Valley Railroad? Something like that. What else we got going on? The meet and greet in Greeley, Colorado, which Sparky 107 can tell you all about. He does a big meet and greet in May. Essentially, he goes on vacation and says, "This is where I'm going to be. Join me if you want." That's happening May 19th to 21st. Go check out Sparky's channel. I'm going to do this too, and moderators can do this if they find there is somebody worth doing it for. I don't know why I just said that. That's not an appropriate way to say that. But exclamation point SO at the username should pop up, hopefully, if things are... There we go. So you can check out Sparky's channel. That's how it works. Jub, that is a move. Alabama to Maine. You are going from some warm weather to some potentially cold weather, but Maine is gorgeous. Maine is beautiful, beautiful. I've got a couple Maine Central locomotives. I've been pretty fond of Maine for a while. There's 2 NMRA events happening near the end of the year. I am not going to this one, but if you're near Grapevine, Texas, you can go to the NMRA National Convention, and then October 5th through 8th, the NMRA Northeast region, which is the region I am in as a, my division, which is the Sunrise Trail Division. The region is the Northeast region, and the Sunrise Trail Division is hosting this year. You know what? We're just starting off the confusion. This is not. We're starting off the confusion. Yeah, I actually have. I don't know if they're on the layout. They might not be on the layout, but I've got. Oh, here's one. Oh, you can't see it over there. This is actually a New Haven one, but I do have some of the Bangor and Aroostook ones as well. But I like these state of Maine French flag cars. I mean, they are French flags, right? I mean, I know they're American flags too, but it looks like a anyway. But yes, I am repping some Maine rolling stock and locomotives on my railroad. And oh, what is this? I'm finding all these like small little parts that I don't know if they're falling off of things or if they are just trash or what. But when you're in N scale, sometimes the details come, sometimes the details go. Is there a list of off-track nights? I'm not 100% sure what question you are asking. So speaking about confusion, one event I'm going to mention, he said hello earlier in the chat, but as people know, I've had a little bit of a struggle with ESU programming, and I'm in conversation with some guys that are going to join me on stream that are expert at setting up ESU decoders that are going to straighten me out. And we're talking about doing that in June. And I know that seems like a really far way away, but I've got a lot of confusion to get through before then. So I think it's going to be here before we all realize it. So that's coming up as well. Speaking about little things that nobody can find, Bernard joining us as well. Let's look at one of the items that I got in the mail this past week, and that is this piece of paper with these 2 stickers. I've actually gotten 2 items from this person in the last couple of weeks. The first one forgot to put the stickers in. The second one, I got some stickers. I like to call him Junction Senior, and I've sort of started calling myself Junction Junior. I don't know. It kind of works for me. I don't know if it makes any sense, but it's what I'm going with. Roger Coleman tipping in for the travel budget with a $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much for that. I have a feeling that will probably get spent on some Swedish fish at the airport, because that's when I travel, that's like my treat. I don't know why. I like my Swedish fish. It's the way it is. But yeah, so I got some stickers. I do have a box here as well. But that didn't come from the same person. If you want stickers, you can send me your address. I will send out some stickers. Been a little delinquent with it lately, but I will get to it. James, what is Locomotive 401? Is this a TH&B? Looks like it is a, what is that, Toronto something and something? I forget. TH&B 401 is on James's sticker, but if you want one of my stickers, send me a message somehow, and we can make that happen. Before we get into, okay, it is, yep, TH&B. I forget, it's Toronto, Hamilton, and Barney Rubble? I'm waiting. Buffalo? Toronto, Buffalo, and something? Toronto, Hamilton, and Buffalo? We're just going to keep making things up. See how far I can get while we make it up. But I'm going to put that off to the side. So that's Junction Senior. I've been calling myself Junction Junior because, I don't know. I'm amused by it. I don't know if James is amused by it, but Roy says, I won't be able to stay watching until you're no longer confused, since that'll be the end of time at the earliest. Here's a fancy message instead. If you're a member on the channel, you can post these fancy messages that say member chat. And I do want to, this is a good moment, both Roy Eltham and ContainerMan68 have done gift memberships, and I've just found that very fun. And it's made more work for me because I've had to update my thank you video. But I just think it's a lot of fun that people are gifting memberships to the channel to other people. So I did want to shout those 2 guys out. And we're going to play the thank you video right now. Keep an eye on the list of names as well as the sponsors at the end. Check them out. They've been very supportive of me and us as model railroaders. So enjoy this 52-minute little diversion with my theme song, and I will be back with this box in a second.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity.
So I am over here typing, completely not paying attention to what's going on. I was trying to get this done during the video, and I completely failed. I'm posting up a poll. Do you want me to do the unboxing first, or do you want to talk about car cards and waybills as well. What have you not seen as an option? 52 minutes? Oh, did I say that? I meant to say, again, this whole thing is going to be about confusion. That's what this is going to be about. So if you want things to not be confusing, you're probably in the wrong place, I think. Maybe, probably. But, you know, we'll see. Wow, time flies. It's a little self-centered. Yeah, that was 52 minutes of a commercial break. Who said it? I think Jub said it. Commercial on a live stream. Yeah, I do. It's important to thank people, I think. Part of why I read the names out at the beginning is, you know, to thank people that that come, you know, that come around and hang out for a little bit while we figure out what we're doing. Robert says unboxing because operations takes more time than an unboxing. Is that true? I don't know if that's true. Art, second section's on again tonight? I didn't realize that. I thought they were on last week. I didn't realize that they were on tonight as well. If they are on tonight, I'm going to look right now because I will definitely be more cognizant of the time. Oh, they are on tonight at 9 o'clock. I even have the notification on. They are talking to Paul Kassar. I believe Paul is out in Australia. So it looks like there is. I'm just ending the poll because it is so lopsided that I don't think it really matters. But yeah, we had 42 votes. I don't know how many people are here. There's 27 people here. Nope, there's 60 people here. We had 42 votes, but 83% said the unboxing. So we should definitely do the unboxing. Is Nick's crossing here? Nick, how you doing? When are you streaming these days, Nick? I don't think you're doing Mondays anymore, but are you doing a regular night now, or are you kind of feeling it out? I completely missed it. I apologize, Container Man. Another gift membership. Let me scroll back up. I really did. I completely missed it. There it is. Look at that. How did I miss that? Where is it? Let's see. Here we go. Nope, not that. It keeps... All right, let's see. Southern Yankees Trains got a gifted membership. Mom and son train rail fans. Conrail Lock 12, who changes his name more than he changes his pants. I don't know. I was just making that up. The High Plains Drifter and Frank Steeler Fan all got gifted memberships. Thank you again, Roy. It gave me more work. I get to update the 52-minute video, but that's going to be a lot of fun. Let's just jump into this. I do want to get to the car cards, so we'll do this unboxing very quickly and go from there. Artie, what do you think you missed? You've been gone for, what, 10, 12 minutes? So, you know, we'll see. I am going to, oh, you're working nights now. I didn't realize that. I actually liked working nights. I am definitely more of a night person. Andy, aren't you, shouldn't you be setting up for a live stream? Andy Dorsch, one half of Second Section, is doing a show tonight when this ends. Somebody will post up the video at the very end of my show so people can head over there. Not wrapped in duct tape. This is actually a project that one of the railroads that I operate on, I got to run a train. It was like one of the last trains at the end of the day or whatever, and it was just a through train. But it was a lot of fun, and I had a good time. And these are some cars that I've seen around. So I thought this would be fun to get a couple of these cars and put them on my railroad. And yeah, let's get in here. Let's take a look and see what these cars are. I actually already have one that's out of the box on the shelf already, but this is another one. The one place I was trying to get them from didn't have all the numbers I wanted, blah, 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 blah. Anyway. So it's paper. You can kind of see what it is over there. Let's see if I can take this out without doxing myself. But yeah, there you go. I want to have... Does anyone know what these are? Have they figured it out? Not circus car. I have a lot of circus cars on my shelf. Not, I only have one of these on my shelf. Yes, it is full of trash. That is correct. These are trash cars. When you go over the Hellgate Bridge, if you look off... Why did that do that? If you look off to the right, you see... you can see the trash trains. This is the trash train heading into Queens, and we just found it today. It's like Fish Pond Yard or something like that. So they're coming out of Oaks Point, heading into Fish Pond Yard. You see they're green. I like that they're green. I am going to paint these green. Let's see if this fixed itself. I'm going to end up painting the containers green to look more like this prototypical picture. I am going to use the Riverside Transfer Green as the base color before I start weathering them. But what I ended up getting was, we look here, so I got 4 cars. These are 85 footers. Generally, a consist on my current layout, I could run 8 40-foot cars. So I figured if I got 4 of these, I will either have too long or I will have more than enough. The top cars up here are Conrail cars. The bottom cars down here are South Pacific. I may keep a couple of the Conrail runs Conrail, but the South Pacific ones will definitely go to, I believe it's XF70, which is dark green 2. It's one of Tamiya's colors. It is not angel green. Yeah, I figured, I'd just get to it. People wanted to see what was in the box. South Pacific Island cars. I think that's probably correct. Oh, Southern Pacific. See, I don't know what the railroads are on the West Coast. I barely have a clue what the railroads are in my area, let alone what the railroads are on the East Coast. So I got 4 different numbers. So what I will likely do is just patch out the numbers that are on here and paint over them. No spike. Mike, thank you for joining the Amateur Model Citizen membership here on YouTube. Why are you confused, my Finger Lakes Railway layout? I'm always confused, so welcome to the club. So yeah, I'll probably patch them out so that I don't have to renumber them. You can get the trash containers loose. So in addition to the 4 cars, I have also gotten 4 loose Conrail trash containers. So the containers are obviously removable. And I just think it'd be, I don't know. Is this a fun picture? I think this is a fun picture. I don't think I can model all of this on my layout, but the train, yeah. There's some trash. Fresh Pond Yard, thank you. I couldn't remember what it is. Fresh Pond Yard is the yard right on the other side of the Hellgate, essentially in Queens. There's a Y there as well that I found out about. I looked for a while. I could not figure out how to get in a location to be able to rail fan the yard, though. They have it pretty well surrounded, so if anybody knows how to actually be able to see anything in the yard, I'd be interested to know. It's now operated by New York and Atlantic. It was for a little while operated by the Long Island Railroad, but yeah, there's train history in the area. I will, patch out some of this. I'll paint some of this. Bingo, mango. And if I mess them up, they'll look like trash. It's not. The Fresh Pond Yard is inland a little bit. Fresh Pond Yard. It's right here. Is there a way to close this? I don't know how to close that. So here's Fresh Pond Junction here. So, oh, come on. It's not letting me go out any farther. But here's Fresh Pond Yard. Hellgate Bridge is up over this way somewhere. But if we zoom into this, you can see all of this is actually railroad track here. And where is the little thing that lets me... Usually there's like a little thing that lets me show the satellite view, but it's not showing me the satellite view right now. Well, anyway, check it out. Lots of tracks. Something weird is going on, but lots of tracks. I can't figure out how to get to it. That Long Island was once a red-headed stepchild of the PRR. That said, everything that went into Penn Station went through Sunnyside Yard to turn around when they had to turn things around. So, this is Queens. This is on the way to Long Island. So, use Open Railway Map, and you can see the streets next to tracks and yards. Open Railway Map. Open Railway Map. Well, this is interesting. Let's see. What was it called again? Fresh Pond Yard. See? I'm getting less confused. I'm learning things. We don't need it to see that. Fresh Pond Yard. All right. So here it is. You can see lots of train stuff in the area. How do I know? How do I find the roads now that I can use as well? I did see, let's go back because I missed it. I saw it, I missed it, but I know it's here. Where did, oh, comes in handy to know ownership lines. That's good to know. Dave Hammer joined the membership group. I saw it, here we go. Dave joined as an expert level, and Mr. Andy Dorsch also just joined as expert level. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Really appreciate that. So yeah, I'll have to take a look at this. I'll have to figure out how this looks like. It is fantastic. This right here, if you can see where my cursor is down here, that is a subway station on the BMT Myrtle Avenue subway line, and people will walk to the end of the station here and look over this yard, but you can't see it really well. You can kind of see it, but not great. One of the things I am thinking of trying to do is this Metro Mall here has a parking garage on the top of it, and you can go up to there. I would need probably a pretty long lens to see this, but I could probably see some of it from there. Yeah, so I know what the street names are. That's not the issue. The issue is that, like, if you look at this on Google Maps, there are trees and shrubbery and everything all along this way, as well as a fence. Even this whole way here, you can see there's kind of a fence here. You can't see the tracks. You can come up right to the edge here, and there's so much stuff in the way that you can't you can't see the tracks. And if you're coming from this side, same thing. There's things in the way where you can't see it. I could take a ladder. That is true. So Roy, what I am looking at is this is Open Railway Map. Here, I'll put this link in the thing if anybody's looking for it. This is Open Railway Map, and what I'm looking at is Fresh Pond Yard. Fresh Pond Yard is the yard between Oak Point and Long Island. If you're coming from north south, this is Fresh Pond, and you can see here's the Y as well. So here's the terminal, whatever. But yeah, I don't know of any way of getting close to this. So I may need to find some rail fans and so yeah. So this is Queens. So it's between Oak Point in the Bronx and the end of Long Island Railroad. Freight trains no longer go through or into Manhattan. Everything goes around it through here. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It backs up to the bus company. I'm sure it all smells pretty bad. Dave, I can't use a drone. This is pretty close to LaGuardia Airport. Flying drones in New York City with the multitude of airports that are in the area is pretty much just a non-starter. I mean, I could do it, but very quickly people would find me. So yeah, I don't know why this is being weird. Why Google's being weird, and it's not giving me. So here's the Wikipedia article. Here's the New York subway page on it. But when I click on this, it used to... Yeah, it's taking me to the search. It's not taking me to... Let's try it this way. Google Maps. Again, welcome to the confusion. I don't know that... I don't know that I'd come with... Yeah. Does it? Don, I had no idea. One of the things that's really cool is New York and Atlantic owns the yard. New York and Atlantic is also the railroad company that operates the barge that still serves Brooklyn. So that's pretty cool. Here, see Fresh Pond Yard. Now it's working. Yeah, for some reason it wasn't transferring. But yeah, like there's all these buildings here and stuff that I know I can get up on top of this building here. I can get up on top of because it's got a parking garage up there. So I can probably get to the edge of this. I don't know how high that edge is. And then kind of look over this way. But yeah, we zoom out. So Hellgate Bridge would be right here over the East River. So the trash trains and whatnot come over the Hellgate, go down here through Queens, and end up in Fresh Pond Yard. Again, here's the subway. Wait, is that the subway? Yeah, that's the subway here. But you know, if I zoom all the way in and we go to like, you know, street level, I mean, there's all trees along here. You just can't see through. If you're on this side here, you actually can't get in back here. This is all private roads and stuff. Yeah, I'll be on top of a car park with my long with one of my. This is actually a short lens. But with one of the long lenses on the end of my I actually, this isn't even one of the longer ones, but yeah, I would probably, I'd probably get a visit from somebody. Heath, hold control and drag your mouse around. Oh, yeah, I can do that too. See, I'm learning how to use a computer. It's all good. It'll show you the 3D view with building heights. How do I do that? Hold control. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. There you go. Oh, nice. There we go. So now you can see how there's all this stuff in the way. But yeah, I mean, I wish I could go to this park. Oh, look at that. There might be a hole right here, maybe. Can't tell if there's a hole right there, but you know, this is overhead here. Oh. So yeah, I don't really know how to get here to see any of this. So, hey Heath, can't stay, severe weather is in the area. Oh, sorry to hear. Yeah, I didn't know about this. So this is kind of Google Earth-esque, more than Google Maps-esque. But yeah, here's the subway platform, and you walk out to the end, and as you can see right now, they've got a big box on the end, so you couldn't even see this way anyway. The real trick would be to try and get up on one of these roofs here of the building. Oh, there you go. Google Earth integrated into Maps. Dwight, I can't tell you if you missed it. You were late. Looks like plans. So we want to talk about operations a little bit. As I'm getting into operations more and more, I already want to change like everything on my layout, and I'm fighting myself to not do that and to just stick with what I have, keep working, you know, through things, and learning as much as I can on this layout, and then going from there. Yeah. So via subway, it's an hour and a half trip for me to get there. So I would have to take a ladder with me for an hour and a half on the subway, and then carry it to the spot and get there. Yeah, Dwight, it's a bunch of trash. This is the trash train. What got us down this road is this right here, and this is coming from the Bronx into Fresh Pond Yard, and I want to paint these trash cars that I got to kind of look somewhat like this trash train here. So part of the plan. So I'm going to tear it all down Sunday. No. What did Jason say today about ops? Where did you see Jason Jensen today? Did he do a video today and I completely missed it? Jub, honestly, if I tore this layout out, I would probably do a complete rethink of this room, and I would find a way to have one of the staging yards behind my computer so that I could have more, basically the same layout, but stretched out. Things are kind of just on top of each other. I don't have the length of the yard leads that I really need. I've got one runaround that's long enough, but the other runaround is too short. So it would be spacing things out more by stretching things out around the room a little bit further. So that would be kind of the way to do it. Oh, Jason Jensen did a Q&A. That's pretty cool. I did not see that. I completely missed that. But yeah. Human from the junction of Fresh Pond Yard and the tracks head towards New York. There's an old walk cross bridge. You could see 4 tracks. Send me the pin for that. I'll have to check it out. Yeah. Job, you'll fit in just fine around here. Just fine. So I got 15 minutes before second section comes on. They've got Dave Kassar on tonight, so I definitely want to go check that out. So I thought we'd just jump right in. Car cards and waybills. I am trying to create an ops scheme for this railroad. I went down the JMRI Ops Pro route, and I couldn't quite get it to do what I wanted it to do, and I think I was just overcomplicating things. The layouts I've been operating on all use car cards and waybills in some way or another. So what I did is I went through, and I've got about 180, what do I have? 280. I got about 285 cars in my inventory. This is all the rolling stock. If I go to this wide view right here, everything on this shelf right here is in that inventory. Everything on this shelf here is also N scale, not in inventory, but this is all the circus stuff. So I figure I can get to this next, later, not next, later. Next, we're going to get to locomotives. That's what's going to be next. But I got everything into job I'm afraid to ask. I don't think I want to ask. Hey Heath, do you have anything weird happen on the subway when you're riding on it? Yes. So like here's like all my pacemaker cars are all here, and I want to, get them onto the layout. So got the inventory done for a lot of this stuff. And then I went through and I figured out which of these I wanted to make car cards for. So what I did was I went through and printed labels. They're Avery labels that I, went through, took the inventory, did a mail merge to the labels so that, it was easy once I had it all in there. I had it all in there. Thank you for the $5 for whatever comes next, which I'm still figuring it out, but I'll get there. I'll get there. Now, they're not raining on my parade. They're providing some good content, and I think it's good for people to go check out what they're doing. They support what I'm doing, and I think there's enough room on YouTube for everybody. So, jump in. The water's fine. So I printed out labels. Instead of writing everything on the car card, if anybody has ever seen my writing, you will know that if I wrote these by hand, nobody will be able to read them. So you can see the labels are stuck on all of the cards here. Magic tape is what Scott calls their regular tape. That's all. I don't know why they call it magic tape. It's what they call it. Mr. Split Rock, when you say fans, are you talking about like a big like spinny fan? So I stuck all the stickers on, and then you have to fold all these. You can see how they're all kind of folded because you got to make them all pocket. So what I did is I set up some 1, 2, 3 blocks at the height that I needed to make the fold, so I could just stick the card in and fold it. And I didn't have to think about it. I just went through. I made about 125 of these car cards, just, folding them up. Used some other 1, 2, 3 blocks to weigh them down to try and flatten them out. And essentially, after this point, I went and I taped them together. And that was actually the part that took the longest. So now I've got these little pockets here. And the pockets are where the waybill will eventually go when I make the waybills. But I need to take all of these car cards, and I need to now find where on the layout they are so that I can start distributing them. And if we go back actually to this list here, I do actually have a location column. So I will know if they're on the shelf or on the layout. So like I know this one, I put a yes here for car card. I know it's on the layout, so I can go, find it. So Don says switch lists are easier. I don't know. I had a hard time with the JMRI switch list. It may have been because I was using JMRI. I don't know. It could have been, who knows. I've been enjoying the tactile sort of feel of the car cards. And my layout is so small, and all of my consists are only 8 40-foot cars in a locomotive. So if they're 50 cars, there's even less. So handling the car cards it's not like at one of those mega layouts where, where you've got like a stack of 40 cars. So the big problem that I'm having right now is that I know very, very little about prototypical operations. And so the two things I'm going to do next is I'm going to make some locomotive cards. And what I'll do is I'll print I'm like showing something I'm going to print the information that's on top, like on the front of the card, and then the F information, function information, I'll put on the back of the card. So, oh, Jub. Joey says, I like the car card approach. To me, they make more sense from an organization standpoint. I do like that you can take the car cards and like sit them along the trains as you're working things out. So I'm going to make the locomotive cars, but where I'm really at and where I'm really stuck is figuring out the whole waybill part of it. Dave's saying Kalmbach Industries for your model railroad. Do they talk about that? So, Rayron, I've been saying so a lot. I need to stop saying so. I don't know why I'm saying so often, but I keep saying so, and it's annoying me. So I imagine it's annoying other people as well. Okay, I'm gonna go for a little ride. Nobody worry. I'm moving myself up because when I click on thing, it kept covering me up. So I had to fix that because that's just what I do. I fix things. You should put the function card on the, yeah. So sorry, I know I'm being a little confusing. I have locomotive cards. I haven't gotten to them yet, so I'll print out stickers with the locomotive info on this side. And so I meet, Don, I think you missed this part, but this was my locomotive card that I had made. So I will, I'll take this information and I'll just put it on the top, and then the function stuff will go on the back of the locomotive cards. So after I do that, which will be pretty straightforward, the thing then I need to figure out is what to do with these things. And I understand the cars need to move. I just don't. So I appreciate the heads up, but for those of you that don't know, I have a little bit of an insane setup here. One of the things on my setup is the camera that I'm looking into right here is right in front of me. And right up here, just above it, is a huge clock that tells me what the time is. So I know pretty clearly what the clock is. And this is a little bit where I'm getting stuck. And yes, the OPSIG has an industry based on every rail-served industry in the country. I don't this isn't a prototypical railroad. I'm making everything up. Like Bailey's Quality Toothpicks, right? It's a made up, it's from Rick Bailey from Fultz Bailey Model Railroad, is Bailey's Toothpicks because of the whole, tree wood thing. So, like toothpick isn't a rail served industry, so there's kind of made up stuff. Because of the size of my layout, yes, padded would be good. Because of the size of my layout, I might just use these cards. So these cards have an empty car request on one side. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. We'll see if... Oh, there we go. So they have an empty car request on one side and then 2 on the other side. So what I can do is, like the toothpick factory can then request an empty car. They would then fill it up. It could have 2 stops. And then the car has empty car return 2. So this would be its final resting destination when it's empty. So that gives me, toothpick company requests the car. They take the toothpicks and they bring them to the packing facility. The packing facility, packs them up and reloads the car or something like that. And then they go to, wherever. And then the waybill comes out and the car goes back to the staging yard or something like that. With these, I feel like my layout's not big enough for anything to have 4 locations that it needs to go to. The only thing I'm thinking of using these for would be, like, let's say a boxcar comes to the toothpick factory and gets loaded up. And then it goes, north off the layout. And then it comes back and, like, does something else as well. You should have used Ship It cards. Are you talking about Ship It, the program Ship It? One of my hesitations about using any of these programs was I wanted something that I can import and export from. So this Excel sheet that I made, I know that I can import this into JMRI's Operations Pro. I don't know that I can import it into some of these other programs. So that's partly why I'm doing things the way I'm doing them right now. Thomas says you only need 2 stops. If a car moves from industry A on your layout to industry B, then off the layout. Yes, so some of them may not. Well, and that's why I kind of think these, I think these are too much. Like, I don't think I need the 4. I mean, I could just put the 2 on the one side, but I kind of like that this has the empty car request. I kind of like the idea that an industry is requesting an empty car and then it is getting loaded and moving somewhere, as opposed to just writing that the car is empty on here. The trucking that I do, or not that I do, but that we do for the company, you basically request the empty truck to show up, and then the waybill tells the truck where to go. So I don't know. Oh, see this is the kind of thing that I don't know. Nobody uses 4. It's just there for an option. I didn't know. And this is where, oh, that's true. I need to stop at A. Burns box first, get the crates, then go to the toothpick factory, have them put the toothpicks into the crate, then go back. Ship It has 2 or 4 positions. So maybe that's it. I just don't maybe need to use all 4 positions. I need to stop thinking of it as a 4-position thing and just think of it as 2 positions with then, the car is empty. It needs to go somewhere when it's empty, and then it needs to return somewhere when it's empty. And then it either just has 1 or two places. So maybe I need to just use those. Or, yep, like Derek says, the crates might need lumber, so maybe it'll come loaded from up north. You can use just the car card to fulfill demands for an empty because it's already on the car card. Once the car is empty, it goes to where it says here, but then to tell it to return back to an industry is when I would use this. Right? So once the car has done its job and it's empty, then I use this and it goes back to whatever yard it goes back to. And what I will likely do, and I know I just went through this whole thing about not being able to read my handwriting, but what I will likely do is write on these just to use this as kind of like a starting place to kind of figure things out. And then I'll eventually go to a time where I print things out. But yeah, everyone's pointing out it is 9 o'clock. I do want to give people the opportunity to head over to second section. If one of the mods actually wants to post the link in the live chat, we can all head over there and see what those guys are up to. But I do appreciate everybody being here. I am not as confused as I was. Knowing I don't have to use all 4 of these on here was kind of a thing that I didn't understand. I assumed if they were there, you had to use them. So that was a good lesson. If you haven't, hit the thumbs up on the way out, and I will see everybody over at second section in a little bit. From the city that never sleeps, farewell, model citizens.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.